Second and third grade leaders, week 4 is finally here. Easter is behind us, and we are wrapping up Brightside and Hope. It has been such a fun month, and I hate to see it go, but I'm already starting to look forward to May. But of course, I'm getting ahead of myself. We still have activities this week that we need to get through, so let's dive in. Your early arrival activity this week is a game of 20 questions. You are going to pick a person, place, or thing, and then have your kids ask yes or no questions to try and figure out what that thing is. In your bags and in your folders are sticky notes and a bowl. You're gonna have your kids each take a sticky note and write down a question that they have for somebody else in their group. Things that are generic, but yet still very knowledgeable, like what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? What is your teacher's name? What is your favorite food? If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? At the end of it, you get to discover that you all learned something new about one another by asking the questions to everyone in the group. Your most complex activity this week is called That's What That Means. What you're gonna do is you are gonna write down this month's memory verse on your whiteboard. Then you are gonna hand out these little strips of paper that each have a piece of the memory verse on it, as well as an action that they're supposed to do with it. So with each kid having a piece of the verse, they are going to do the action that's associated with it without saying the words of the verse that it's tied to. Their goal is to pair up with somebody else who's doing the same motions as they are, and then as a group, try and figure out which motion goes with which part of the verse. Once they figured out which motions go with which parts of the verse, they're gonna try and arrange themselves so that they now spell out the verse with their motions in the correct order. As part of your pray and dismiss activity, you're gonna have your kids make themselves as big as they possibly can and say, God is bigger. And then they're gonna make themselves as small as they possibly can and say, than our questions. This gets to be followed by an opportunity for your kids to ask some of the questions that they have about the Bible, about God, about what it means to be a Christian. And keep in mind, you don't have to know the answers to these questions, but don't make answers up. If you don't know the answer to one of the questions that one of your kids asks you, simply tell them, I'm really not quite sure. We should ask somebody else about that. This is an opportunity that we have to remind our kids that it's okay to ask questions and that this is a safe space for them to express their questions about their faith. Guys, don't forget that this week is our last splash class before our family baptism celebration on May 5th. If you have kids that are asking questions about what it means to follow Jesus or what it means to be baptized, make sure that you give their parents one of the splash class cards that's inside of your small group leader bags and send them over to the family room so that they can be a part of one of our last splash classes of the spring. Guys, I love you, I'm praying for you, and I cannot wait to see what God is gonna do this Sunday. Until then,